How's it hanging, hockey fans? Hayden Robertson here alongside Patrick Strong, giving you the biggest update on the Liberty Lady Flames hockey team as they prepare to go to Texas themselves. Now, Patrick, right before they go to Texas, they had that last weekend home game against the Bulldogs of Adrian. And that is always a big game for the Lady Flames, and they got a big weekend sweep out of that. So let's talk about how that was very important for the Lady Flames.
Yeah, very important indeed, because it just helped generate momentum. And obviously that's what it's about. Chris Lowe's talked about it at the beginning of the season. You want to start playing your best hockey when you get to the national tournament. But until then, everything's about building towards that moment. And obviously that's what the stage was set. I mean, the potential national championship game was played here at LaHaye for rounds 3 and 4. Obviously, the Bulldogs took it to the Flames the first time they played them, not only beating them the first game 3-1, but then having a tie with them 4-4. So obviously, the Flames knew it was going to be a tough matchup, and the Bulldogs, they really showed out. They showed why they were the #1 team in the nation. They played excellent, executed very well, and obviously they were very dangerous, and it became a shootout in that first game. Flames were able to come away with a 5-4 victory. The next day, not so much the case. The Flames were able to carry over so much momentum and energy from that first win that they were able to really take it to the Bulldogs and show why they have a high-powered offense. So I think that was just huge for them, because now it vaulted them to being the #1 ranked team, and obviously I think that was a position they were looking for heading into the national tournament, and they were able to achieve that, and now it's on to trying to prepare, get everyone healthy, and move on to the Nationals.
And sort of like you talked about, Pat, the Lady Flames have been #2 all season long.
Yeah.
They were hungry for that #1 seed, and they got it against Adrian, and now that's going to hopefully provide a great amount of momentum as they head to Texas. CJ Tipping and a lot of the other girls had said, we want that #1 seed back. That's what we want. So how important do you think was it for them to win that, get that title back, and also get ready to go to Texas?
Well, I think the biggest part of that was more so generating and building confidence in the ladies, saying that, all right, every tough opponent that we've been able to play, I mean, think about it. You played the #3 team in Belleville. You've played Miami, Ohio. You've also played Colorado, who's always has a high-powered offense. You were able to play Adrian in 4 games, and I think now looking at it and looking from the field, that's what you were trying to generate. You were trying to generate some momentum and confidence, saying that, okay, we can, not only we know we can play with these girls, but we can beat them. And obviously, you're able to take it and beat all those teams that I just mentioned on the schedule, some of the top teams in the country. I just think that bodes well as far as building confidence, and that's what they're looking to do, especially for some of those games. They were on the road. Obviously, some of them were here too. But if you're able to just be able to execute and do those things well, and more so show your depth scoring, that's what they were able to do in all those games. It wasn't just one girl dominating for the most part. It was a lot of girls contributing. And if they're able to do that and generate some not only sound defensive play too and goaltending play, I think it just bodes well for them in building confidence.
As they prepare to go to Texas, the Lady Flames already have a great idea of who they're going to be playing first in the first round of the national tournament, and that's kind of given the girls, the go-ahead of, all right, what do we need to be mentally preparing for? What type of plays are we going to have to execute, and things of that nature. So how important is it for them to finally know, okay, this is who we're playing first, what are we going to need to see in order to keep us moving and hopefully bring home a national title again for them?
Well, I think the biggest thing for them is obviously they know who they're playing. They're going to play the Western Collegiate Hockey champs in Midland, so that's going to be a great, exciting matchup. Obviously, the Flames being the #1 and they're the 8. Midland, they're going to come out swinging. They're going to come out on fire, trying to be able to force an upset, and potentially in that new format that the Lady Flames, the ACHA Division I women's team has been able to do, switching to the best-of-3 series in the first round. So obviously we saw it last year. Upsets happen, and that's what Midland's hoping to do. For Liberty, they're trying to just be able to do what they've been able to do the last couple of years. They want to be able to win the first 2 games, so that way they can get that 3rd game rest, and then hopefully they're going to see a quality opponent. Obviously, when you get to nationals and how deep a field that it is this year, everyone's going to be not only trying, but playing their best hockey coming into that tournament. So obviously for the Flames, they want to be able to have a great showing against Midland, and then they'll play the lowest remaining seed left, which they won't know until obviously either Thursday night or how everything shakes out on Friday. But besides that, it doesn't really matter right at this point. It doesn't matter who you got to play. It doesn't matter who's coming your way. It's just if you want to be able to win this national championship, you got to come out hungry. You got to come out fiery, and obviously some would say you got to come out possessed, as we saw one team do before, and just come out laying the forecheck, laying the body, play sound defensively too, and then also show why you not only have one of the top defensive units in the country, but even more so why you have one of the best offenses in the country. And if the Lady Flames are just able to execute the game plan that the coaches are asking of them, I think it could bode well for the ladies and hopefully be able to bring home their third title.
Well, Pat, thank you so much for your insight. And as always, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you'll check in with the Lady Flames as they hopefully bring home another national championship and bring it here to Liberty University. That's Patrick Strawn. I'm Hayden Robertson.